Hello all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kritika Datich, your reader, and today I'm gonna read, of course, Legends of Pensam by Mamang Dai. So I'm reading fourth subchapter of second chapter today, and the name of the fourth subchapter is Farewell to Jules and Mona. Although the night the villagers sang songs and told us stories, and as more and more people crowded in to look at the visitors, sleep fled forever. Jules was in good form and enjoying the endless streams of rice beer. This is the joy of living, the thin and ancient village elders said, raising their bamboo tubes filled with rice beer. Jules nodded and Rocket chuckled with approval. A house is lucky if its women makes good apong. Before apong was invented, you know, life was very dull. Men sat around feeling bored. They had nothing to talk about. They did not hold counsel or tell stories or laugh. And who invented the rice bear? One of the women in the corner murmured challengingly and laughed. There is a story, Rocket began, but nothing the better of it. Took a long swig from his sloshing mug instead, making everyone laugh and talk all at once. Now it was morning, and I heard the rain coming down in a hissing roar outside the long house. I was fainted hearted, dreading the return journey, the long bridge, and the narrow, slippery road. When we were ready to set out, a village elder asked to accompany us to tell Pigo, and both Jules and Rocket immediately agreed. Though I wondered how we would all fit into the one vehicle once we had crossed the bridge. But we clambered in somehow. I was trapped in the back with Mona and the village elders on either side of me. But this was good because looking out made me nervous. The red clay had been churned to a slippery morass. A small stream trickling down the mountainside had turned into a torrent of brown down mud. Here there was no growth of any kind, only jagged grey debris, as if a hill had collapsed and scattered itself. The river had risen, there is little of the road left. You won't be able to get across. All the laborers have gone, and the bulldozers have left. Voices of the few travelers we met lifted and were lost in the wind. I tried to jump out, thinking it would be safer to walk across this frightening field of rock and gravel. Get in, the driver and the elders shouted at me. Stay inside, we can make it. And we did, in a furious churning and scraping of wheels in the slush and stones. Climbing out of the range, sunken landscape, we spoke in muttered whisper. Mona looked calm and Jules too was quiet. I felt my spirit lift, one hurdle over. At the next water point, we stopped to have our lunch. When we unpacked our leaf packets, there was nothing except mountain rice. What? They gave us only rice, said Rocket. The weather had defeated and thwarted everyone. We had left the village at a run, with the rain pelting down and the sky crackling with thunder and lightning. No one had time to think. What? Only rice. The village elder promptly pulled out a packet of dried fish from his pocket. Here, he said to me, let your friends try this. He also brought out a packet of salt and dried chilies. We took our packet to a stony patch in the shade of a big tree. Two girls who had been washing a pile of empty bottles in the stream next to it hurried away, leaving the road, and watched us with amusement from a distance. The village elders too stood a little apart of the side of the road, as if to keep watch. Though I suspected that he did this because he thought there would not be enough food to go around. I don't feel like eating just now, he declined politely when Jules gestured and Rocket asked him to join us. We ate, standing in the rain, watched by the great mountains. Ahem. The village elders coughed now and placed a dried tree rat before us. It was a great offering. Jules picked it up and turned it over and over, smiling and nodding to the men. The tree rat is actually the red squirrel, and a pair of these constitutes the traditional gift of betrothal in our hills. That is why most weddings take place in the winter month, when the red squirrel can be easily trapped and its deep orange coat is at its glossiest. The moment the old man plonked the tree rat down the bonnet of the car, I felt some of my gloom and fear of the road and rocks disappearing. It was as if the land was speaking to me through these gestures of sharing. This is your land. Whatever happens, there is nothing to fear. When we had finished, the villager elders came round to retrieve his salt and chili powders. I'll take this. Pity to waste it, he said, carefully curling up the leaf into a pouch. Jules shared the last of his cigarette, giving out 7 sticks each to Rocket and the old men, which they accepted and put away in their inner pocket of their green woven jackets. At the edge of Pigo, the villager elder got off and walked away without ceremony and without a word into the cluster of tin and wood shops to our right. They have few words, those men of the remote villages, but I was secretly thrilled to see him striding proudly into the rain, puffing at one of the filter tipped white stick. Soon the day came for Mona and Jules to leave. We went into Doyang from Gurdam to say goodbye. Everyone gathered around again, this time to give the visitors a great traditional send off with basket of food and meal. Jules was wearing a woven half jacket and had a big stuffed with notebook and photos. Mona had wrapped herself in a bright shawl gifted by Hoxo's mother. And there they stood, laughing and talking pictures with the whole village. Now that the visitors were leaving, I heard the group of women plucking up courage and whispering loudly among themselves, hoping they would be heard. Ay, ay, where did they meet each other? Are they pretty smiglons? I tried to explain as best I could. Now, how the two were born in lands separated by a sea and half a continent, and how they had come together in an airport. What about their marriage? How do they celebrate their marriages? What will you do with these things? Rakat shouted at them. Will you write them down? It's the same everywhere. They shake the bed just like us. The women laughed. Rocket laughed. We all stood there, nodding and laughing, enjoying ourselves. Then Jules pulled Mona by the hand, and they both waved brightly, looking like they had absorbed some new joy in the clear sunlight which bathed by village that day. You who travel, may you not tire on the way, shouted Hoxo and Lossie. Ha ha, echoed the matchless rocket. And I felt happy for them and for the village and all the men and women in it, for the elders and even the snotty nosed kids who ran after the car, hooting and howling like a pack of young wolves. So, thank you so much. That's all, my dear. If you like the channel, please subscribe it and share it. Thank you a lot. Bye bye. Take care.